Hello, viewers. I'm SB.
And I'm
Amabel. Amabel's the
Amabel.
one. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Blueprints, where we're starting today's run by going outside. Fuck,
That doesn't sound like
fuck my
you.
step count. No, you're right. It really doesn't. It's very out of character. This does cost us a few steps. But it feels like it's got to be right to go like check stuff out. Okay, so special floor plans cost additional steps instead of gems. That's interesting. We definitely have to prioritize things that'll give us some extra steps then, but it's definitely interesting.
I mean, it actually gives us a thing to lean into, which,
Yeah, the root cellar's not terrible. Dig spots are pretty cool on runs where you have a shovel. And then of course the shelter. The shelter might also be rad. What do you want to go for the hovel?
let's hovel.
Okay. This will also be
Hovel.
interesting because this looks like a more interesting room itself. Some bear traps on the wall. Notice of termination. Dear Mr. Ravain, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated.
Jesus,
That's a
that's
that's a really
savage.
shitty thing to say. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Anne Babbage, House Manager. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna paying attention to the people. I should be making notes about
Okay.
who is what.
Yeah, I should too.
So we got a Mr. Ravain who is groundskeeper. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else in here that we can actually take with us, though? Wow, that ain't much of a bed. I feel like Mr. Ravain may have been getting the short end of the stick here, or maybe a couple of different sticks.
I mean, they literally called the thing they made him live the
Yeah, they
hovel.
made him live in the hovel.
Everyone else has like rooms in the estate, and he's in a little wooden shed.
Yeah, so we're going to be at 43 steps left going into the first real room here. And we just volunteered to spend additional steps on things, so we gotta keep an eye on it. Oh, den versus bedroom. Oh,
Bedroom.
right, we don't need the gems so much. What am I thinking? Sorry. Anything cool in here? Nothing on the hand. Seems like a pretty standard bedroom move. We don't know who this lady is, but we do know she's got the necklace. I had been keeping track and trying to watch for other women who look like her in the portraits, and I do not believe that we've seen any.
I mean, I'm assuming that's the woman who wrote the children's books,
Yeah, but I'm
the mother
saying
of our
I'm
protagonist.
saying she doesn't match the other.
Okay.
You could hear that if you would listen to the end of my sentence instead of jumping in to start talking the very first moment you think you can. Amabel, be nice to me.
I
I'm
am
kind of
nice,
inclined to just throw it on the guest bedroom.
sweetheart. We have recorded like 7 of these in a row. I am nice to you.
What are you trying to say? You're not having a good. Okay, you're just Amabel's not even
I'm
like.
having a good time.
Amabel hates this. That's what we just learned.
I'm having a good
I'm
time.
putting down the guest
It's just-
bedroom. I'm banking steps. We're gonna grab some steps here. We're gonna look for touchies. Aha! A gem. Who knows if we'll need it? And then we're gonna walk back out through the bedroom, and we're gonna be at a good number of steps as we go into the other branches of the house. This is KL. We don't know who that is.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm keeping better track of names now. As we begin to sort the actual narrative and not just the mechanical mystery. I'm actually gonna go left here. Go check for the prism key early?
Okay.
You think so?
Yeah.
We might be able to make some cool use out of it. That said, we did just dead end ourselves on a second thing here. And at this point, I'm thinking we take the den because it has 2 doors. Well, actually,
Yeah.
sorry, we take the den because it's the only thing that has even 1 door. Because of the position of that other room. Boy, things sure are going away. Eh? Why did I listen to you and take the coat check room? Okay, so
Because I'm
Nick's
smart.
a dead end. Passageway has 2 doors out effectively. We could just take the spare green room.
Okay.
No, we do kind of just need we need doors badly enough that I think actually maybe this is a thing to do.
Wizard needs doors badly.
Yep, that's a reference that makes sense. It is smart and good here. This, you know what? I clicked on this. Do we really need the gems? I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so this is
You're gonna have.
this is Lowry. This might be Monsieur Lowry. It might not be actually a first name, but M. Lowry is what I've written down. All right. Gems are in a box with a false statement. The blue box is false. The white box is false. Well. If the blue box is false, then the gems would be in a box with a true statement. If the white box is false, the blue box is true. And that would be a true, false, true with a gem location. Right?
Yeah.
If this one's false, then this one's true. So this one's false.
Okay,
and they're in
so
the white
we're
box
only
anyway,
given-
right?
It's gonna be in the white box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that we know what we need. Like, I'm not sure what we're doing with these gems, but we have them.
We get that freezer. We can start the next run with some gems.
Yeah, I suppose. Green room gets us access to more space within the house. So, like the lab, right? Lab is high priority.
Yeah.
Getting the garage down doesn't do a ton for us here. We're gonna have to eat some dead ends somewhere eventually, but
Yeah, I'm thinking corridor gymnasium is probably a better.
yeah, as much as I do love 3 keys, and I do, probably we got to do something else.
I think gymnasium.
Okay, but you really do not like our steps, huh?
That's unfortunate.
So key cards. The rumpus room a second time is kind of expensive, but interesting. The chapel, we don't have any money right now, so the cost of the chapel is pretty minimal.
Yeah.
All right. So, does this say house manager to you?
Um, not particularly.
So we got like a maid. I think I had guessed chimney sweep earlier, but something. There's a duster.
That's more of a duster, yeah.
This is someone who takes care of the horses. This is a gardener. This is a baker, a chef. See, this is a more like traditional maid. Maybe you are a chimney sweep. And then over here, somebody who is also like a gardener, groundskeeper. Somebody's a groundskeeper, and then I think that makes this the house
Okay.
manager. Maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
I'm gonna write down 7 just in case.
Prism key here would give
Oh.
us a red door, a red room. What am I? Not going to do that one. Okay. Boiler room has space to either side of it for something good. Let's start by opening up the one that's easy to reach. Security. As I remember it, security had a conduit in it, but it just ran from the door in the room with the camera to the other door in the room with the camera, right? It did the middle door didn't.
Okay.
Am I right? Do you remember?
I
don't think
remember
either of
for
these
this.
other rooms had conduits.
Right.
At some point we got to take a key. Right?
Yeah, let's go hallway.
Yeah.
You're using up so many steps. I'm trying to preserve them.
No, you are not. So I'm not going to go in there right now. Right now, what I'm going to do is open up that door, which requires that one of these boilers be pointed at. So we need either both of those open or that and that on. So if I had, I guess the way we would do that would be this, right? Yeah, because now that's open. This isn't, so we'd have to set this thing back to being functional. Okay. Wait, didn't I have this turned? Oh, right. The thing I just did disabled that. Shoot. Because this is no longer functional. Which would mean... Sorry, I can run this. Are you still on? Yeah, you're still on. Are you not? Maybe you're not. Okay, the gauge just went down to 0. Okay, the gauge is live. So there should be... Wait, what is this? Huh. Shouldn't there be power coming from this now? Oh, this is the input pipe for this thing. It's not the output pipe for this boiler's over here. What am I doing? So the output pipe for that boiler's over there. Then how do we have the door open at the same time? I guess we can't. And that means there's no point in having this routed down there. So I need to get both of these active simultaneously. Is that even... Where's the third boiler? Oh, the third boiler's up there, right? That's right. All right, because there's another power thing we can route. So let me do this for a moment. No, sorry, I keep forgetting this one is the one that controls the gate. It seems like it would be the one that goes to the corner, but it isn't. You could be routed to control the door. There it is. Okay. I didn't go in and grab the key yet because I was trying to preserve steps, unlike someone. But I guess let's go ahead and do that. Amabel.
Yeah, what?
Amabel.
I'm an innocent baby.
Truer words never spoken. I am just going to run through here. And who cares about our steps?
What if I was America's sweetheart?
What if you were?
Have you considered?
No. What if you were?
Okay.
Nothing, huh?
No.
Okay, well, I don't think any of these rooms have a conduit, unfortunately. So, no connection this time. Then
Yeah.
library?
Yeah.
Yeah, this room definitely doesn't conduit. Nor does this room, not shockingly. Okay, we gotta, learn this. So I guess we're gonna head in here. We're going to request a new book. The Fixed Stars. Is this not the name of the book that's in the... Do you remember what the name of the book in the
I
observatory
don't
is?
remember, no.
You know what? Just pull it. We'll see if it's any different from the one in there. And with that, I think just try to move on. Okay. Kind of thought that might be the case. Take this.
We
my
don't want to use the
steps.
prism key for a blue room. That's no good.
Oh boy. Okay. The corridor's a dead end. So I guess it's the kitchen.
I guess so.
Anything laying around? Not really. Okay, chef salad and club sandwich are interesting. If we, happen to find some money somewhere. The secret passage won't lead anywhere. With the dining room, we could at least get to the foundation potentially.
Okay.
It'll open us up a couple of doors. And who knows, maybe eventually we end up eating something. It's hard to imagine the set of circumstances that would lead to that, but
Yeah, this run's just fucked, is what it is.
This run did go a little weird. Hey, look, it's the laboratory. The Nook gets us a key plus connection to the foundation, which I think has got to be the right play.
Yeah.
So we could sprint back to the library and just try to draft a less common room off the library. I don't know that there's a lot of reason for us to go into the foundation right now, if that's the thing we want to do.
Yeah, is that what you want to do?
Uh, I don't know. We could just try to build stuff off the foundation too. Like we have a couple of doors open, right?
Okay.
I don't know. What do you
Yeah.
think? You think that?
Yeah, foundation. Yeah, let's. We don't got many steps left, so let's see what we can. We're not going to get to the antechamber this run. I think that's pretty obvious.
I think you're pretty obvious.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Do you think it is going to be something like bringing a stepladder in here that gets us to like? How are we going to lower this?
I'm going to assume
isn't
that
a conduit.
whenever I'm gonna assume whenever we're in the basement, we're gonna be down
Okay, there's
there
gonna be a way to lower it
and call
we'll
the
call
thing.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Well, these rooms both point in kind of the wrong direction, but I guess we have an opening north anyway.
Yeah.
What do you think? Pantry. Pantry will help us buy some extra steps in the kitchen. The observatory might give us. I really don't know what we're gonna get at this point, star wise.
Do you want to go for closet and just get a couple items? See if there's anything that can help us with the run?
Yeah, you know what? If we were to pull like a shovel or something, it would be pretty huge. Well, okay, you know what? A key and a die is not bad. I would certainly have preferred a shovel, though.
Yeah. You're always saying this.
I'm always saying this. Now we get our pantry, and I think it's like not terrible.
Yeah, pantry's good.
Yeah, pantry's all right. It'll have a food in it generally, although it's just a crummy apple.
The apples are not extra delicious today.
No, not today. That's ridiculous. Gems in the green rooms, not very exciting. Is this a redraw? Well, the patio, the gems in the green rooms is not very exciting, but the patio does doorway in the right direction at least.
And didn't we get something there last time? Like an item?
Maybe. The green rooms seem to just like have stuff. Like the green rooms seem awesome actually.
Yeah, let's do that.
-3 steps. And putting more green rooms down it feels like you're always like lining up combos with later green rooms and stuff. Man, my kingdom for a shovel. We already have so many spots to dig. Is that rowboat in exactly the same position every time? Is it always right outside this rank? Not allowed to take the propane tank with us. That's ridiculous. Okay, so I kind of want a prism key here.
Yeah, I do too.
The morning room is new. And also, tomorrow you'll start with 2 gems is kind of rad.
Yeah.
Hello. It's an upgrade disc just sitting on the counter there. And a coupon book. A thermos and a sunflower. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. Oh, this is the full article of the thing that's in the scrapbook. In the blue hours of Wednesday morning, the venerable Baron of Mount Holly, Herbert S. Sinclair, passed away at the ripe age of 73 after a prolonged struggle with a heart condition that has been kept from the public eye until his final days. Esteemed as a pillar of society and renowned for his penchant for crafting puzzles, he was a source of endless fascination to our readers over the years, not least through his popular column Baron Bafflers, which he penned for over a decade. The particulars of the announcement of his successor yesterday has left his devoted followers with one last intrigue to ponder. The reading of his will precipitated a flurry of speculation, for his niece and presumptive heir, the much-loved and lamented Mary Matthew Jones, has been missing, presumed deceased, for the past 6 years. Mrs. Jones, better known to our readers by her pen name, Marian Marigold, enchanted the hearts and minds of children across the realm, They imagine living in a place that describes itself as a realm. Such as the Red Prince, Swimbird, and a new clue. Hey, we could use a new clue. Her disappearance remains one of the age's most tragic mysteries.
Oh my
With
god.
her whereabouts unknown, it was Marigold's own son, Simon P. Jones, a lad of but 14 summers.
That's not how you write a newspaper.
14 summers, who was yesterday named the provisional heir to the sprawling Cinca Empire. However, this vast inheritance is accompanied by an undisclosed contractual condition. Given the Baron's well-known penchant for tests of metal and wit, man's got a lot of penchants. It's clear that the young heir from Reddington, distinguished in his own right, as last year's County Science Fair runner-up, faces an extraordinary challenge in the coming weeks. They didn't have to do me like that. They could have left that County Science Fair shit out of the paper.
You know, I don't think that's them being snide. I think that's them like doing the thing that they do for rich people, where they're trying like, oh look how successful they are, and they'll grasp at anything.
All right. Well, I mean, this was interesting at least. That article has some.
Yeah,
article has some stuff, and it also, it might be like a weird. Billiard room. Billiard room? No, billiard room's a dead end.
Security room, I guess.
I guess we're not going to get the benefit of the library, probably. Because at this point, it would be such a pain in the ass to run around do it. Whatever.
But we will get to use that disc.
We will indeed get to insert disc. Scanning. Show me something cool. The Nook. Already a pretty okay room. I would love to enhance this room. 2 keys. A key and bacon and eggs. Or the library. I think I like the reading nook.
Yeah.
Library is a good room. Being able to force a draft of potentially rarer stuff is, yeah, I think I like that. All right, we could really use a key card. What am I doing here? Yeah, I mean, I guess we may as well. And this was locked for the other side too. Observatory is actually pretty appropriately placed here.
Okay.
It doesn't connect to the library, but it does push us in the right direction while also giving me 5 gems.
That's just what you needed.
Cool, thanks. Diamondus Major. All right, well, Amabel?
You want to check that book to see if it is the book? Other table.
It is. I'm thinking,
Cool.
if that's the case, though, I'm thinking there's got to be a difference, right? So 12 gives you dead end rooms are more common. It's going to draw a cool skull. So that's going to be fun.
Okay.
Sail, Florealis, special flowers. What a curious way to write that. I bet there's going to be some interesting difference. There's going to be something tucked between the pages or, We don't have the items to make the workshop interesting, I don't think. We've never seen the foyer, but it is going to kill the Ron.
Yeah. Do you just want to
It probably
do that?
isn't that interesting. Right?
I've been some very interesting foyers in my life, but let's redraw. Let's re-roll while we got to die.
Alright. Indoor nursery, so that we can secure ourselves some more gems. And this is a pretty good time for the billiard room, I think. A coin. Okay, nothing else out of the ordinary here. Did you know 16? Did you know it's a 2 is what that is. 10, 25, and 12. 120 divided by 8 is 15. Where's the 15? Ah.
Right there.
Wait, was I wrong? 120 divided by 8 is... Huh, hold on. Okay, I did something wrong somewhere. Okay, this is a 2. $11, 10, 20. That's a 5. Okay. 10
Now take me through it. Okay.
minus 2 is... yes, I did. I did 10 plus 2, I'm pretty sure. Because it should be 8 times 10 is 80. Divided by 8 is 10. I did 10 plus 2 times 10. That's where I got my...
Okay.
That's where I got my 120 from. So yeah, this is 8 times 10 divided by 8. Going too fast. Well, it's a little late to draw the pool.
Yeah.
I guess like it's possible to pull the sauna off of choosing pool here. And that would be...
I mean, that would
be handy.
Yeah.
Damn it. Key cards. Okay. Do we have any other doors available to us?
That we can get to?
There's the door in the chapel, but we won't be able to reach it. Yep. Okay. Well,
Yeah, just kills the run. Okay.
all right. I mean, we're still seeing new stuff. It is a little silly that we ended up with 12 gems.
We knew that was going to happen. Though.
Yeah, the second you click the thing, it's like, you don't need gems today.
It's like, here, have some fucking gems.
Ordinary villa. Is that what this is? It's ordinary? This was just like a normal place to live, looks like. Alright. We get to carry some of the gems over, right, though? That's cool. We get to start today with 2 gems.
Yeah.
Did you... I'm trying to be positive.
I am being positive.
Like, you get to carry some of the gems over, and you're like, 2. Mm.
I sound more negative because my throat's a little sore, so I sound more severe than I am. I'm actually like 2. That's rad.
Which is pretty fucked, because you're pretty severe.
Wow.
Let's see what other kinds of cool outdoor rooms we can find here. It would be neat if this wasn't so expensive. Okay. Well, now that's interesting. The shrine would require us to make a blessing and make an offering, which seems like coins. But maybe gem. It sure looks like coin. And the tomb will accumulate money, but we'll have to come back out here to get it. Unless we find a conference room. The conference room can just rip the money out of the hands of the dead. Or we can take the shelter, which will actually have a positive effect. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to do the tomb thing, actually.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm like just really curious to see the tomb. Can I? Okay, I don't actually get to look around on these stairs. It has done a really weird thing. Ordinarily, the game has very standard first-person controls, but the second you go near the stairs, it like rips camera control out of your hand in a way that's actually very disorienting. Dear developers, fucking don't do that.
But what if it's a spooky tomb?
Doesn't matter. It's interesting that I'm not allowed to pick up any of the sources of light. You very rarely see an angel statue wearing a baseball cap. That's delightful. Okay, so... Oh. Alright, I have thoughts. This is a big room. Simon, so here's where it all ends, at least for me. And of all the picturesque places of this grand estate, I chose this dreary, dank dungeon to be laid to rest. And that same dim, somber fate fell upon my father and his father before him, who loved the outdoors even more than myself. They say there is no stronger bond of servitude than tradition, and family tradition thrice as strong. These are chains that seldom bend and never break. Chains?
Oh.
Chains can bend. It's fine for chains to bend. Okay. Guy doesn't know what a chain is. And I do wonder what plans and prospects of yours will be sacrificed upon the family font of convention. What biography of your own will you sacrifice to add another page to your father's memories, or your mother's, or mine? In our youth we are gifted with dreams and ambitions. At our death we are left with realities and regrets. I think there is no greater sin than to perpetuate tradition that stagnates growth, that strangles purpose, that suffocates dreams. What point is there to live another's life at the sake of our own? Oh, how I wish to have been buried beneath the great oak, overlooking the plains, the wondrous woods, and the worldly mountains, and the wild holly that surrounds that trunk, a perpetual token of sympathy laid across my grave. What dreadful tradition is it that dumped me in this sunless hollow? And if by morbid example this dark crypt makes any impression whatsoever on you, if reading this letter within these damp halls plants in you a seed of hope, if these words might grant you strength to bend, if not break, these chains, then I would cherish this tomb more than oak and sycamore and spruce, more than the wondrous woods and worldly mountains. This cold stone room would become the most cherished place in all our domain. I would have you raise a shrine upon this spot to commemorate the moment of your liberty, to treat this sepulchre as hallowed ground, to realize that grand gestures can be as effective as they are theatric, and to, in turn, as recompense for the freedom thus granted you, commit yourself to be buried here, here within this mausoleum of dreams, and when the day comes to write your own letter, to inspire the next generation that follows in our footsteps. As is tradition, Herbert S. Sinclair. I think the writing on that was pretty good, actually.
I think it could have done with another pass, but it was better than most of it.
Wow, what's it like to be wrong? How's that feel? I've never been, so it's curious.
Yeah, I know, famously.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
It's no Swinburne.
It's no Swinburne. So we can all agree on this. Here's what I'm thinking. First of all, it would be a huge pain in the ass to collect coins in here, because look at how many places there are for them to be.
Yeah.
Secondly, we have statues that I'm sure... Well, now that's curious. Wish I had my sledgehammer. We have statues scattered around the room, and I'm sure if we take a moment and really sort this out... Oh, hey, there's a bunch of money in here already. I guess because this room is a dead end. If we take a moment and examine these statues, I bet we will discover that they are ringed around the room in the same order and relative positions as the stained glass windows.
Okay.
And the depictions upon the stained glass windows have some of them holding up their instrument and some of them not, I believe. Each of our journeys come to a conclusion here in the tomb. This floor plan is the definitive dead end. Or is it? Or is it? Or
No.
is it? Amabel.
I mean, is not the answer to the question, or is it oh, always no?
No, it's not always no.
If the question is, well, this is X, or is it, then the answer is no. Why are you asking?
Amabel, how about this? Hush. I couldn't think of a good. I'm busy right now. I'm doing work. So
Yeah.
I'm looking through the screenshot gallery real quick here. For the
Okay.
screenshots that
I
we
was
took
worried the
of
thing
scene
had
glass
frozen.
window. Okay. So. All right, broom. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so broom being here. Broom would be so broom is numbered 5.
Mm-hmm.
They're not laid out in order in numerical order in the chapel, which is weird too. So the broom is number 5, and the woman with the broom is, I guess actually none of them are holding their instrument up. They're all kind of clutching them to their bodies. Except for, of course, the one that is depicted as an angel. So the broom is 5. That looks like the chimney sweep, who is labeled 4, I think. I'm standing kind of far away from them in the picture. The pitchfork is unfortunately number... No, that's the hoe. Pitchfork there is number 3. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Are these just arranged in numerical order then?
The hoe is number 1. But you should be number 2 then, one would think. The baker. Okay. So I wonder if it's just like, what if we just put their arms up in order? Or put them down in order because they're up now? 1, 2. Three. 4. And then I'm just changing my perspective here. Broom is 5. Which makes you 6. And brings us to the queen, 7. Okay.
Good job of them putting the door there.
Or is it?
Because there are people who you put the door somewhere else in the room, and that would suck ass. Like putting it near the last thing is just solid normal game design, you know?
Oh. What do you mean I'm not allowed to take the skull? This is my... That skull's on my property. That's,
Don't be scared of that Grim Reaper.
I'm not...
They work for you. You're Dracula, remember?
I'm not scared. Can I have the scythe, please? Oh. Interesting. Pretty sick. A partial map of the underground. which I guess we don't take with us for whatever reason, but it's fine. I got a picture. Oh, I thought I was interacting with the hand. Let's leave this in the downstate, shall we? Okay, I guess through here we go. This is a lot of space. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. You know what? Actually, let me... Just in case. Just in case we ever need to align ourselves from that. Oh. This moves.
But it's gonna stop. So you'll need to find another. Yeah.
Well, no, I think this is fine. Like, it doesn't help us to be able to reach that from this side.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Gotcha.
Just get it out of the way from the other side, and we'll see what's what if we ever get over there. Okay, pretty happy with that. Another portion of the map. Does it say buried floor plan? Number 10, buried floor plan, wherever 10 is on the map. There's nothing on the ground anywhere around here. It's just a big, weird, ornate room.
Yeah. With all the kind of big, weird, ornate roomness of it all, the big puzzle that's with the gear and everything, and the kind of just unexplainedness, does this give you slightly like Myst vibes?
Yeah, I could. That's not where my head would go, but I could see if you wanted to say that, how you would say that. This is an area where we are going to have to adjust the water level, I think. Although if you're telling me I can't just like fucking wade over to the rowboat, this seems very silly.
Simon is not a swim bird.
I guess, and also he's made of sodium? Oh, we can't go any further at all. Interesting. I kind of assumed this was going to pop me back up somewhere on the grounds, but I guess we're
just backtracking.
I guess we're just walking back. Okay, and we definitely entered several rooms down here. Like we did lose some more steps.
Yeah.
But this was very interesting.
Yeah, I would say these last couple episodes, the last few runs, like this is more the kind of thing that I wanted than the first several runs where there was less cool new shit.
Yeah, definitely show me
The pacing's...
show me this by the end of my third hour with the game, right?
Yeah.
Or it doesn't need to be this specifically, but this kind of thing. And the problem is, I wonder, I am very curious because I've been intentionally not watching other people play the game, obviously. I wonder for how many people this kind of stuff does come up earlier, and it didn't for us just due to luck of the rooms laying out and whatnot, right? Like,
Well, I mean, that's why you need to kind of seed some of it. Like if you look at
I don't know if this is
if you
doing
look at
anything, but we're going to
Hades,
do
for
it every run.
example,
Every run that we can.
if you look at Hades, for example, like you never get Zeus the first run. He always shows up in the second run, right?
Yeah.
And like it just is something that helps you kind of make sure your first few runs give you some kind of sense of momentum to it. And I think if you're doing a narrative based roguelite game where there's a narrative being progressed through the runs, between runs, I think it behooves you to have some events seeded for early runs.
I'm debating whether it makes sense to put this down. Like, the gems sprouting in this room, this being in the corner of the house, is probably not a very good idea. Maybe we just take the parlor here, or like we could take the bedroom. Again, I don't. It's probably you want the bedroom to be inward more,
Yeah.
right?
And I try to
The
avoid putting
parlor's
down
not
any.
useful once you've done the puzzle for the day.
Yeah. I definitely would try to avoid dead ends until,
Well, yeah, obviously.
if we can, until we get a conference room.
Yes, thank you for restating the thing I said to you earlier. The gems are not in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are in this box. Well, so if this is true, then this is false, and this is false, and that seems very doable. The gems are so. Sweetie, you okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. If this is false, so this is false, then the gems are in this box. Then we seem to have entered. Nope. Did I do that wrong? Sorry, I got kind of distracted partway through there. We could play the boiler room. I hate to drop another gem so early, and it's a little tricky with the like. I guess we're always going to come at this with one of the rooms already set. Yeah, I guess let's just hit it. All right, show me. I believe the dark room did have a conduit. I think. Yes, it does. And it runs both ways. So that's good to know. But let's see if we can just pull a laboratory right here. We cannot. Do we want to throw the bedroom down? The drawing room. I guess okay, so the drawing room has a door that leads into here, and we could try to. Yeah, let's take the drawing room, because the laboratory doesn't have a gem cost, right? Or does it?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
I don't think it does. Because this way we can try to draw a laboratory here with a reroll, and then feed the power through the darkroom conduit. Okay, so redraw. Didn't work. Swing and a miss for me. And none of these rooms are going to have a conduit. But we definitely want one that's going to connect to this. This is the time to take the bedroom, right?
Yeah.
While we're here, let's go ahead and pop this. The reading nook, we don't get the value of the reading nook here. We could secret passage ourselves. Oh, we can't secret passage, right? Gem requirements.
corridor, I guess, or redraw.
Yeah, I think it's a redraw. Maybe just like spare green room?
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, but I do want to go through here. We're going to have a look. Okay. Never mind. That seems to happen a lot, actually, here.
Yeah.
Alright, well. We need more items. I just need hammers and shovels and stuff more frequently, you know?
I agree.
We do still have a lot of, like, space off the entrance hall. If we dead-ended this route, it wouldn't be so bad. We don't have that many steps left. I don't know. What do you think? Because we could just take the closet.
Yeah, if we're gonna dead end, I'd say take the closet. If we want to keep pressing, obviously the corridor is the only option there.
Let's hope. Okay, that's a pretty bad whiff. That's like a pretty bad whiff. Ugh. I feel like we cannot catch a break today. Alright, so yeah, the only thing to do is just to run on home. So like if I were to set this up so it's routed, I would press the button, I would run it to the dark room. That's neat. It's neat that works that way. You know?
Yeah.
Sadly, no power conduit here, but it's a cool system in total. I like this power system. All right, let's see about this way. Study's not like super compelling here. The den is only all right. Yeah, we'll take only all right.
Yeah.
We, in theory, are still looking for other things, right? Like, I'm bummed out because the opportunity to play the boiler room didn't really work. I probably don't want to spend a key on this at this point.
Not with just one key, yeah.
But that's not the only thing that's going on in the house. So we did take a closet room. We did take a dead end before finding the conference room, but I think that was mostly about shovels, and I think it's a reasonable thing to do. Do we want a pantry or observatory here?
The observatory effect is bad this time. It has a rad skull.
Yeah, that's right. It's not necessarily bad. It's dead ends. You know, maybe that's actually kind of good, in a way, but not at this moment, not yet. The reading nook will give us the library. The commissary will put us in the other direction. We actually have the money necessary to buy like a potentially useful item.
Okay.
Let's see what they're offering today. Salt shaker, sledgehammer, metal detector. The metal detector seemed like it does turn up a lot of items, but the sledgehammer actually does stuff.
Yeah,
we don't know that the metal detector doesn't do stuff. We only had it the one time. It could have uses other than, right? Potentially like contraption uses and stuff. Maybe we don't buy anything just yet.
Okay.
I kind of want to get the metal detector if we can.
All right.
Well, I would like to experiment with it more. Uh, well, it's not a horrible position for the billiard room. I don't really want to spend money on food.
Yeah, go billiard room.
Coin? Coin? No coin. No
Aww.
coins? No coins. Alright, 22 minus 19 times 6. Wait, 22 minus 19 is 3. Not 2. I clicked the button, and as I was clicking it, I was triple checking my math. Alright, 10 times 10. Wait. Nope, this is a minus 4 times 10 divided by 2. It's the exact same thing I did earlier. Okay, so 21 minus 20 times 15 divided by 5. Alright, a couple of keys to work with.
Alright, got a couple keys. That's pretty good.
We kind of need this not to dead end here, because even though theoretically we have another door off the entrance hall, we create a hard corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would really love to take the music room. But alright, Ladyship's Chamber it is. Unless we want to reroll? I feel like we probably want to use the reroll to prevent from dead ending out the other side though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Do we even want to enter? Do we want to spend the 2 steps? So I feel like we kind of know what's in there. There could be items.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, there's
Now we get that metal
quite a lot
detector.
of money. Looks like the rest of this stuff is the same as ever. I mean, I guess it makes sense that there would be a bunch of money lying around. She's quite well to do. Hey, you. Metal detector, please. Alright, this is the kind of thing we could code check, potentially.
Yeah. I agree.
We still have never actually had the salt shaker either. Observatory is still kind of an ugly effect. Do we really, like... It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I think we probably chapel here. The reading nook creates... Yeah.
Yeah.
Reading nook creates a useful situation. So here's a question. Do we think we're going to end up buying that sledgehammer?
I don't know. Let's use the key on this one while we're here, I'd
right.
say.
Metal detector says there's something in there. It's lockpicks. Okay. I mean, I don't hate that. Lockpicks? Haha!
We're getting the library, obviously.
Yeah, well, I mean, not necessarily all the time, and I think there's definitely an argument to be made for dining room here. Do you think this is a library pick? Because we're on rank 6. We're on rank 6. We'll take the library.
There's a book waiting.
There is a book waiting for us, and I do want to cycle through all the books.
Want to see if it's any different this time.
Well, at the very least, we can see that Clara Epson borrowed it. That's something. Clara Epson is a name that we know. We've seen. But I don't remember who it is. Alright. Are the actual constellations as they are listed any different? No, it doesn't seem so. So the only piece of information we got there is that Clara Epson checked this book out in January
In 61.
of 61, which is potentially meaningful. It's hard to say at this point. Sorry, I'm making sure. Okay. All right. It's a bummer that we can't pull another book right away. It's a redraw.
Yeah.
Freezer doesn't freeze well. It freezes a fair number of keys. The Rumpus Room gets us enough money to be able to do some interesting stuff, and it has a through door. The servants' quarters, I'm pretty sure, is a thing we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a through door, but it will give us 3 keys, and then we can take the other door out of the chapel. But the odds of the run dead ending on us are pretty good if we do that, I think. I don't know. Do you want a Rumpus Room then?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All the normal money for the room. Thank you, metal detector. Are we gonna get? Yep. Okay. Another whole sequence, or maybe the same whole sequence.
I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see the darkened cloud of ruin, familiar to us both, now decrepit, run down, and in disrepair. I see 8 red envelopes, resting upon 8 pedestals. And in these 8 envelopes, I see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands. 8 letters of which you will only ever find and read 7. Just like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms, there is a letter missing. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Okay, that's interesting. For some reason, he was able to turn me around afterward.
Banana.
Did you have that there's a black bishop in the Rumpus Room written down in your chest notes?
I don't know if I do. Yes.
Okay,
good.
I do. Good then. All right, well, I think all there is to do is head through. Do we have something in the code check right now?
No, it would tell us if we did.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right. That's how that works. Well, okay, we can code check the metal detector maybe, but I think we gotta take the gymnasium here. Because it's the only thing that has a through door. It will also let us open up this path. Lousy lockpicks only having been 1 free key so far. I do like the connection through. And if this were the dining room, it would not be a crazy place to have to run back to for food. But maybe we just let the corridor be the run back and we just move on?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we would need to get that gymnasium, get us up to the next rank for that dining room to work. And
Yeah.
we passing through it a couple times.
You're not wrong. Well,
Laboratory. Oh.
make it happen
Oh.
anyway. Uh, well, these both suck.
Maze chamber, I guess.
Well, I don't think I agree with that.
Okay. Do lavatory then, but don't go into it.
Yeah, I think that's right. We can see pretty easily whether there's like anything on the counters. There isn't. And we just turn around and we try to make it back to the chapel. Yeah. Because there's still a north door out of the chapel that has not yet been run. Okay, well. So it is still possible for us to open a couple more rooms down in this corner. Obviously, we can't get any further north in the house. I guess this is like maybe the right thing was to. I don't know how far back we would have been able to get. Do we want to? I guess let's take. Because we're going to end up going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back. Like, if we take the guest bedroom here and just let it. We don't actually have to go in to get the 10 steps, right? No, we do, it looks like. All right, well, then we will. Oh, free magnifying glass. Not that I think this is hugely beneficial. And then we take the steps and we get back to this corner. We try to draw a coat check so that we can stash the metal detector.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, if we get a code check or if we find that freezer again, either of those would be good, I think.
So I want to go commissary. Yeah, we want to go this way, all the way back to the entrance hall. Do we want to buy anything while we are here? A gem, maybe? We can buy the salt shaker and find out what it does.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I don't hate that. Like, find out what it does is good. Okay, it's literally exactly what I said it was. I mean, that's just like real basic video game item design, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we just take the code check and call it good. I don't think we're gonna.
Yep.
I don't think we're gonna get any luckier than that, friends. Check us a good metal detector. We do have a fair number of cool items today. I forgot that we had a disc. Can we make it?
Yeah.
Can we make it to?
We never.
Oh no! Yeah, this run we did not pull the security room, right?
Okay. Do you want to chuck both coins into the fountain?
No, we can't.
It won't. It only lets chuck one per.
Yeah,
okay.
the button doesn't work anymore after you throw the first one.
right.
And I don't think any of this stuff does anything else. Like, there's no sense in running outside and messing with things.
All right. Well, we'll call it a day.
Phooey.
I think this was an interesting.
I say, yeah, like for sure. The the tomb.
The tomb was neat.
was very cool. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and call it a day then. Hopefully we can get an early code check and pull that metal detector.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming with us on this journey of ordinary villainous.
I do feel like the game was being pretty villainous. That's true. It's very frustrating. Like, again, we're just like waiting for the stars to align so that we can run the power from the boiler room to the laboratory. And even having set both of those rooms to maximum commonness, we can have a whole episode of attempts where it's just like it is never available to us, and there's nothing we really could have done to make it more available.
We'll get it next time.
Maybe.
Next time's gonna be the one.
All right, let's put the thing up here. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Grr is what I have to say about this. It's a cool thing what happened, but I sure wish that the basic functionality of the game made any kind of sense to me at all. What is the point of making the player wait so much? When you come back next time, perhaps our long wait will finally be over. And we'll see what the fuck that computer in the laboratory does. Come back for that, and we'll see you then.
We'll see you then.